This is the check on the futures levels for Monday night. Nick here for Simple Stocks. Let's see what we can find. So today's session was kind of flattish red. It's like nobody wanted to win overall. The VIX shows green, but I don't think it is because it's going off of a pretty bad close on Friday. So let's call it flattish red. If we look at on the S&P futures, the ES, the E-mini, you can see a tabletop at 45.70. If you want to pick a level that's a little bit higher than that, that's fine. 45.71 works. Taking out 45.70 or 71 might give you enough oomph to get over the hump that is at 45.74 through these peaks here that happened a few days ago. So inverse head and shoulder setup off of 45.70, maybe it just gets you into that big, well, relatively big breakout we've been eyeing. Otherwise, you might drift lower. You do have buyers at 45.55 and better buyers at 45.52, but if you get to 45.52, you might even take out the this downside target that we've had for a bit. The real support is inside 45.38. Once you get down to this area, 45.38. Lower than that, we do have better supports, but I think this is enough for now. So let's switch to the NASDAQ, NQ. Okay, so by the way, on that ES, I don't think there's anything happening after hours, so I'm not sure you're going to be able to do much with that information, but it's good to have. Even more true is the NASDAQ. We have a high, we have a low, it's right smack in the middle. I think there's a seller hiding at 16,051, and take out 1690. So if you take out that prior fail from today, Monday, you're going to challenge this one, same as before on the S&P. And I don't know how strong it would be, but it's going to take some force to take that out. So I'm pretty sure it's going to give these high peaks a run for their money, and those are at 16,150 and higher. As far as support, there's a buyer at 15,970 and a better buyer at 15,939. Lose that, and you test the real good buyer at 15,913. Let's not talk below that because so far that looks like where we're stuck. RTY is, again, what I'm watching this week. I sure hope that we do this because we need a catch-up trade from the small caps. The trigger up there would be 1815. Take that out. I think this is a guarantee. Until then, buy the dip into this strong swipe lower. This was kind of bizarre. They took it out of the way right away, and they closed all the weakness. It's almost like saying, yeah, we want to go up there, so let's just clean it out. And so let's use that. 1789, 88 through 89, and also even better buyers at 1784. So I would be long the RTY if the market was open. Otherwise, I would be long via the IWM. Okay, so let's see what crude did today. I honestly did not see what it did. Nothing much. We're still stuck in the range, and we're still looking to see if we're going to make a lower low. I think there's a hard seller at 76.5 and even harder seller at 77.1 and 0.2. And as far as support, you better hold 73.80. Otherwise, you're going to retest that low. And if you don't hold it, 72.35, you're going to end up tracing a lower low. You'll be lucky to hold 71.50. All right, that's here. Now, the excitement has been in gold recently, and it looks like a breakout, but something about it tells me hold back if you're not long already. But as a futures traders, you can actually chase it if it happens. So monitor, put your alert, and see if you want to trade it. Above 2019, you could end up at 2032, 2037 in stages. Better use 2020. Good year, yeah, good year. Because you have a sell here. So close to a breakout, but something tells me they might need to dip one more time. Higher lows, higher highs. So trade the range. And if it does dip, I think there's a buyer at 2005 and a better buyer anywhere below 1998. All right, silver, I think says the better picture. Nope, that's not it. Silver futures. There we go. I did that before. So let me go to, I think, 60 minutes. and I'll show you why I hesitate on chasing gold right now because of these prior fails in silver. I know they're two different metals, but they don't usually go too far apart. You know, they kind of go in the same direction. So silver might have a dip coming towards 2420. And I think it would be a better entry below 2420, maybe even below 2380. So 2360 would be interesting to me and lower. Meanwhile, if you take out the high, 24.9, let's call it 25, then you can get to 26.20, but in series of higher lows and higher highs. All right, we'll look at nat gas, and we'll go to what? Did this really happen today? Crazy. This is a crazy, crazy ticker. Okay, so boom. They were having lower lows and lower highs, and they said, let's just get the fudge out of there. And up 6% looks what a huge update. And they not only cut through the moving averages, which have been selling zones, they decided to gap all the way up above a prior fail and hold. So as long as they hold above 2.94, you can get to 3.1. This is nuts. Now, if it dips back into to cover the gap, I would start looking to go long at 2.85, not the whole gap. I don't think it needs to cover the whole gap. But like we said, this is crazy. And if you just measure what's been happening, it's been going from point A to point B and then making a lower low, right? So I don't know how that happened. It's been going from point A to point B and then doing a lower low. What if this is also the same, albeit in a different format? Point A to point B, gap, and then make a lower low. Let's see if that happens. If so, then, you know, the trend is the same, but there's a weird pop. Okay. All right, folks, this has been it. It's a quick 6 minutes, but I think it represents the lack of action after hours. So just know the levels and be ready for tomorrow during the day.